What is up, YouTube? My name is Bella. You might know me as OnlyJayus, and I am here today because a lot of people sent me their dreams, and I want to analyze them because the better you understand your dreams, the better you understand yourself. Oh, I think I just got some new mail from today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends, the Hero Collection mobile RPG game that y'all better know and love because they are celebrating their 4th anniversary, and we're gonna have a dinner party to celebrate. Okay, but not just any dinner party. This one is specifically for the ladies. They sent me a guest list, so check this out. We got Battle Sage, and I might be projecting a little bit here, but imagine somebody going and asking her, are you a girl or a boy? And then just seeing her sword. Another epic, we got Talia, who's gonna add a bit of savage to the night, even if it's just about a gear. And epic Juliana. Okay, guys, I've seen Zendaya in real life, right? This deadly beauty is like right next up on the list. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I just want you guys to take a second to imagine what your guest list would look like, because you guys actually get the chance to participate in the new Fusion event and get your very own anniversary themed legendary champion, as well as some extra bonuses from our friends at Raid. All you gotta do is click the link down in the description or scan the QR code I'm putting up on the screen right now, and you can get your own epic Kellen the Shrike and some other really cool bonuses, okay? And with that, I'll see y'all on the battlefield. Alright guys, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you want to be in next week's video, make sure you go to the Get Horizontal page over on TikTok, link down in the description, and make a video telling me about your weirdest dream. Alright, let's get into these video submissions. I'm definitely going to mess up every single one of your names, and I'm so sorry, but first up we got Emmy Remlol. Watch this and let me know what the weirdest dream you remember having was.
Okay, hi. I literally just watched your video, so I decided to do mine right now. First, don't mind my accent. I'm from Quebec. So yeah, basically I've been naked a lot in my dreams, but it's not like everybody's like, oh my god, because nobody cares right around. It's just I'm really embarrassed. I think it's a word, hopefully. So yeah, I'm really embarrassed, but it's almost like I can't put any clothes on, so please explain, because it's happened to me like almost twice or thrice. So yeah, help me and love you.
Okay, so dreams about being naked in public are actually really common, but they can be interpreted in a couple different ways. One would be this is a reflection of your feelings of vulnerability, being exposed in your real life. It could also be like you feel unprepared for a certain situation, whatever is going on in your real life, that you feel like you're not living up to social norms and expectations. But the fact that nobody else around you seemed to care about your nakedness might be your own subconscious mind trying to tell you that you're overestimating like how much people actually care about like what you're doing, you know? Like the importance of other people's opinions isn't all that high because they're not even reacting to you being naked. It also could just be like a sense of wanting some freedom, you know, because clothes can be like very restricting. But yeah, again, I don't know you. This is just me trying to interpret it based on like what I know about dreams and dream meetings. But yeah, let me know if I'm kind of close with that. Next up, we got Brian Hall. Brian Hall. I can't read. It's this and let me know what the weirdest dream you remember having was.
What's up, Bella? It's Brian, my son from Colorado here. So I usually have no trouble interpreting my dreams, but I had this one dream that's really simple. I'm just like, there's a really long road, it just keeps going forever. It's like mountains and rivers, it's really pretty, but I'm just driving at a really fast rate, but it's smooth. And I'm not really thinking about anything, what's in front of me or behind me. And I have no thoughts or emotions, I'm just driving, so I don't know what it means.
Okay, so I'm taking this two ways. I do see this long road as a representation of your life journey, but the fact that you didn't have any sort of like thoughts or emotions going on means to me that you're content and you're satisfied with what's going on. You know, it also could mean detachment or a disconnect from your emotions, but I'm gonna kind of say that it's the first one, that you're okay with what's going on. It sounds much better than having a nightmare, you know? Next up, we got Bex Brown 92. Watch this and let me know what the weirdest dream you remember having was.
Okay, so I had this dream years ago. I think I've had it twice. And it involved a wiener dog with ice jewelry and an ice crown. I'm guessing he was the Ice King. And I was walking around an ice castle, and I got stuck at a dead end, and he started attacking me. And there was like a nuclear siren going off, and that's about the point where I woke up. So, naturally, I don't remember anything after that, so either I'm crazy, or, I don't know, just please tell me what it means.
Okay, this just goes to show that dreams are so weird, and they don't make any sense, but I'm gonna try and help you make sense of this, okay? So just bear with me. I see the penis as masculinity, strength, sexual power, because that's what, like, it is, you know? But the fact that your penis was unusually large and heavy makes me think that there's some sort of burden going on around masculinity or sexuality in your life. Again, I don't know you, so just take this with a grain of salt. I'm really trying here. But perhaps you feel weighed down or overwhelmed with societal pressures in the aspect of your own identity. Maybe? Or it could just be a manifestation of some sexual experience or feeling of power and dominance. It doesn't necessarily have to be about a penis, but like maybe it is about a penis. I don't know. I'm trying to know. Dreams are highly subjective, so just let me know if I'm on the right track with this. Next up, we got K4 Minia S2. I know that's probably not how you want me to say it. We're going to try again. Maybe the K4 is an A. Kamenia S2. I see S2, I think StarCraft 2. But you're next. Here we go. Watch this and let me know what the weirdest dream you remember having was, because I've been getting into dream meanings lately.
Okay, so in the dream, I was in a big school, and there were kids from my old school, like my ex and people I used to be friends with. And in the school, there were also workers who helped you around and stuff and like showed you where things were. So I asked one of them if there was somewhere I could get food from. So she showed me, and I got some, and I put it in my bag to take home for my brother and sister. And these kids walked over to me and they said something like, "You're gonna eat all of that? Seriously?" And then I told them, I was like, "No, this isn't all for me, it's also for my siblings." And then this girl texted me saying she didn't believe me, and she said that it wouldn't kill me to eat less, and then all the kids were saying pretty much the same thing. That's pretty much it.
Okay, to me, this dream may reflect any sort of guilt or concerns you have about having to take care of your family or your loved ones. You have this, like, need to provide and care for them, but you have, like, criticism about, like, your own abilities to do so. Like, the fact that you wanted to hide your food away shows that, like, you are trying to hide these insecurities and anxieties, like, away. You know, I'm trying to make sense of this. I'm sorry. It also just shows that you're, like, I think I already said suppress, but like you're trying to suppress your own needs and wants in order to appease others and avoid criticism. But the fact that you even got criticism for that kind of just makes me think that this is something that happened before, like a past experience that's coming up, that is like showing you how your current beliefs and behaviors are now, because that's all dreams are. Your dreams are just trying to process information. So I feel like this is something that might have happened, and your dream is like showing it back to you to be like, look at yourself, you know? But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going with on that one. I would say, as a reminder, just to take care of yourself, your own needs, and not let others' opinions or criticisms hold you back from doing what you need to do. Next up, we got The Truth Lies Forgotten.
So I had a fairly odd dream last night. It wasn't the weirdest dream I've ever had. It's just a little exciting. Okay? Hope you can find meaning in this, because I don't know what it means. I'm not. Yeah, anyway, so the dream starts, and I'm at a job with my dad, of all people. We are not close. Anyway, so, one of the things that he does for a living is clean for other people, clean their houses. So we are at this person's house that we have cleaned before, but the thing is, you know how in a dream, you're at the person's house, but it's not really the person's house, but it's supposed to be in the dream. Yeah, it's like that, so I don't know this, obviously, because I'm dreaming. So, yeah. So we're cleaning the house. I go upstairs, and I go to the room across the one that my dad's cleaning it. I walk in, then I'm like, what the fuck? Because my sister is hiding behind the door. Like, why are you here? What are you doing? Never mind, doesn't even matter. I leave the room, but then I'm like, wait, she needs help. It's just like, anyway. So I'm like, she needs to get out of the room without my dad seeing, and this isn't the main point of the story, so basically, she eventually gets out of the room, my dad sees, and he's like, that's funny, why were you hiding around the door? So it wasn't a big thing. We go back downstairs, and there's this tablecloth that's paper, and there's drawings all over it, and I just know that it needs to be replaced, right? Because, yeah, why not? So I replace it, and I start drawing new pictures and stuff like that, and then my dad walks in the room, and he says something to me, I don't remember what he says, then I make a comment on what he just said. It wasn't one of those, like, super rude ones, but it wasn't just, like, a normal thing either, so a little rude. And he looks at me like I just raised hell, right? Sorry. Anyway, yeah, he looks at me, he's like, you're about to die. Walks up to me, starts beating the shit out of me and choking me and stuff like that. And I'm kicking him, and I remember I was wearing Converse. I'm like, let me explain, because apparently there was a story behind the comment, and I knew it in my head while I was doing that. And I was trying to say, like, let me explain, but he was choking me, so I couldn't. Then I woke up. But I didn't wake up. I woke up in my room, but all the stuff was gone. I wasn't in this house. It was a completely different house. Then my curtain was slightly open. I walked out of the room, and it was my parents' house, but it wasn't my parents' house. The weird thing again. Anyway, they're all eating at, like, midday. They're like, come join us. So I do, and I sit down. We're all eating out of one bowl. For some reason, that's just normal, right? And there's, like, one little crumb in between me and my sister's food and the bowl. So I eat it, and my mom looks at me. She's like, oh my God, what have you done? She starts yelling at me and stuff like that. I'm sorry. And then, just give you a little context, I was the kid who used to take people's food without permission. I mean, I still am a kid, but and like, take food out of the kitchen, I would get grounded for months for it, and some other things would happen, but we're not going to talk about those other things, so I'm pretty sure that part was just childhood trauma. But anyway, continuing, they all start to, like, get up, and then my dad, who's sitting right next to me, he's like, we should hang out and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, no, because I can still remember the other part of the dream, so I'm like, no. And everyone's like, why don't you want to hang out with your dad? And I'm like... Anyway, so then the dream switches, and we're at an airport, but not, like, in the airport. The part of the airport where, like, the planes, like, flagged. I don't know why. I can't remember what that's called. But I just can't. So we're down, like, underneath the planes. My dad's looking at me. I know, because the look in his eyes, like, he's about to hurt me. So I'm running. For some reason, because my sister was in the dream, her significant other was also in the dream. Not gonna name, because they don't want to be named. So I was like, my first thought was, I need to run to them, ask them if they can use their phone to call my aunt/sister to be like, I need your help. My dad is gonna hurt me. Because he already did hurt me. Maybe it was a dream, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But then I'm like, oh, holy shit, I don't know her phone number. What am I gonna do? So for some reason, my next thought was to be like, I need to call my biological mom that I haven't seen in 10 years. So I'm like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. But then, I never make it over there. The dream ends. So yeah, that's what happened. So, yeah. Yeah, that was it. Love you. Sorry I haven't been following you until recently. I thought I had been for years. I'm sorry.
Okay, so your dream begins with you being with your dad at a house, but it all seems like weird and distorted, and then you're trying to help your sister without your dad noticing. And I would take that as like you have some sort of discomfort or like uneasiness in the relationship between you and your dad in certain situations in your life that might have happened, especially with the like rude comment your dad made about the tablecloth and his sudden violent outburst towards you in your dream. That is saying that like you feel criticized or attacked by your dad in some way, and you're afraid of his reactions and his actions. The second part of your dream you said involves an airport, but like below the plane, and you feeling scared of your dad because the past dream that you had before. And that kind of to me symbolizes that you have you have a need for like an escape to avoid situations and people that make you feel uncomfortable and threatened, but the airport specifically makes me think that there's some sort of like want for an escape there. You have a desire to call your aunt, you don't have their number, you have a desire to call your mom even though you haven't talked to her in forever, and that is your dream maybe suggesting that you just need support and guidance from trusted family members about this like feeling that you have. I would say do some reflection on these unresolved issues and tensions that you have with your dad, as well as like, I don't know, it sounds like you just desire safety and you might not have that, but again, I don't know you, so let me know if I'm close with that. I would say that Really diving deep into this though, like with your real life, would make you not have dreams like this anymore. Next up, we got Kane Hawes.
I had a dream, well, like, I don't know, it was, basically I was flying a two-seater aircraft, fighter jet, and then basically with my friend who had died of cancer 2 years ago. Basically in this dream he was still alive, we were flying the aircraft, and basically we crashed, but when he didn't make it, he died, I survived, and they blamed me for killing him.
Okay, so dreams about flying often represent like a need for freedom and control, independence, and since your friend who passed away was with you in the dream, that to me sounds like it represents a part of yourself that you like associate with him or his memory. It's not necessarily about him, but it could be. The crash though, and this like the blame that you got from the crash means that you are holding on to some feelings of guilt and like responsibility for this in like somewhere in your life, but yeah, that's like all dreams really are. It's just a manifestation of your subconscious like coming out. And I would say that it's your brain's way of trying to process this loss that you went through. I'm very sorry for your loss. But I would try and talk to somebody about that, especially if you're listening to this, you're like, oh wait, I do feel some sort of guilt. You shouldn't feel guilt. Like, I would say go talk to somebody, like in real life. Next up, we got Gelatin25. I like your name, dude. It's this and let me know what the weirdest dream you remember having was, because
I had a dream once where I found myself on a boat. I don't remember who was with me on the boat. I just remember it was nice and it was white. And we were about to be sucked into this massive whirlpool. It looked to be about 50 or 60 feet in diameter. And we were like on a big stormy sea. And now I have hardly ever seen the ocean in my life. Maybe like less than 5 times. And I'm not much of a boat person, so even though there are lakes around me. But then again, in real life, I went through a terrible storm on a houseboat when I was 17 on a vacation. I don't really know what the outcome might have been, but it could be a PTSD episode. I'm not sure.
Okay, so since you said that it might be like PTSD, given that you were on a houseboat during this like really big storm, it could just be your subconscious trying to like process the fear and uncertainty associated with that experience through the image of a whirlpool. But whirlpools in dreams often mean that there's a sense that you're being like drawn towards something in a situation, either by emotion, it's like beyond your control, you know? It could be very overwhelming. These circumstances in your waking life sound like you're struggling to manage. Again, I don't know. You just let me know if I'm like on the right track, but it just sounds like it's half your brain processing something like crazy that happened to you, but also maybe there's something else going on in your life that you feel drawn to, and you just need a way, you need to like figure out a way to like navigate your way through that. And that's what the whirlpool, to me, is kind of trying to say, like helping you cope with challenge, like trying to get there. I'm trying to make sense. I'm sorry if this isn't making sense. Just like let me know if I'm kind of close or not. Next up, we got Spring Fawns. Let's go. It's this and let me know what the weirdest dream you remember having was, because I've been getting into dream meetings lately.
So I had this dream when I was 8 years old, and it had 3 parts. So in the first one, me and my parents were in the theater, and I wanted to go to the toilet, so we left. And when we went to and toilet and sink, it was all covered in black stuff, and I couldn't go. It's all I can remember from the first part. And in the second one, I did a drawing because I cannot explain it with my English. It's the sink from the first part. So this was my mom in the hospital bed, and during the time I had this dream where she was pregnant, and the room was dark, and I couldn't see the floor, but it was like not really powerful blue and green light coming from the floor, I guess, but it was really dark. I barely could see anything, but this was the baby. It was a robot, scary, and it had like a head, legs, arms. They were white and made from plastic, and this is mechanism, I guess, and it was like that new android robot. From the third part, we were back in the Middle Ages, and it was like all this part was brown, from in old photos, and there was a really large carriage, which was like a size of a van. We were traveling somewhere, and it was like no other living creature around, just bushes and the road, and this is all. And after a dream, I had this weird feeling. I just can't explain it. In the first and third part, my viewpoint was like I was flying, but I felt I was standing on the ground, and in the second, my viewpoint was really low.
Okay, so in the first part of your dream, I would take it as the black stuff in the sink represents like negative thoughts and it being like washed away, if it was being washed away in the sink. If not, it's just like sitting there, it's like you have some negative thoughts, and the theater could represent a need for escape from reality, because that's what theaters are for. The second part of your dream with your mother in the hospital, I don't know what the green light necessarily means, but with the baby kind of being like plastic and robot-like, that is just like you feel detached or a lack of connection from the baby, but the baby's probably just a representation of an experience or an emotion. There's a detachment there, which is why it's not actually human. It's like that. And then you being in the Middle Ages, that sounds like a sense of like a need for exploration and adventure, but the fact that everything was like a brown color means that you feel isolated in this feeling, like you might not know anybody that wants the same adventure that you do. And the feeling of flying in the first two could be like a sense of freedom or escape, and the fact that you're looking down on the other one sounds more like a nightmare kind of thing. But yeah, it just kind of sounds like your subconscious is trying to like process any fears, anxieties, hopes, emotions that you're going through. But if it's close, if I'm close, that's cool. If not, I'm so sorry. I'm really trying to know what I know about dreams and like get it out here to you guys. But yeah, that is all of the video submissions we got right now. If you would like to be in next week's video, be sure to go to Get Horizontal on TikTok, make a little video, tell me about your weirdest dreams. You're definitely going to get in it if you do that. We got a couple people who wrote out their dreams in the comment section, so we're going to go through that and try my best to see if I can tell y'all what your subconscious and your brain is trying to tell you, because again, the better you understand your dreams, the better you can understand yourself, because yourself is literally just talking to you through your dreams. All right, here we go.
At SwirlIsnail2168. Hi Bella, I totally missed the first round, but I've had this dream that I've never forgotten from like over 5 years ago, and it's slightly comical but also super vivid. I have synesthesia, so that might be part of it. Here it goes. So basically there's this huge factory where everything is all white, kinda like a direct similarity to how the media portrays a mental hospital. Anyway, so once you enter the warehouse, you walk onto a loft. From the top of the loft you can see a whole array of things. First you see these plastic tubes running from the ceiling, stemming from up and over the loft, ending in these individual cylinder freezers of sorbet. Each one a different color and also a different superpower, which I'll get to in a minute. The factory workers are the bunnies from Super Mario Galaxy, no idea why lol, and the way they come down to the main room of the factory is through a bunny-sized gondola that weaves its way through the tubes. The tubes are how the sorbet gets from machine to freezer, so when you look up there's almost every color you can think of running through the tubes. Okay, so because you're a person, you can go down through the gondola, you have to use the super long and twisty slide that drops you off right by the line of sorbet freezers, and in turn by a starting line for, get this, a scavenger hunt. So for each sorbet it's a different limited time superpower that lasts for the duration of the scavenger hunt. So I remember mango sorbet made you invisible, but the lemon sorbet made it so you could see invisible people. The start of the scavenger hunt is this big winding staircase with brown walls, burgundy stairs, a trapezoid-shaped awning, so when you walk up you see stairs ascend but then they spiral away into the distance. It's very majestic looking but also terrifying because you don't know what is inside. So my dream was I walk into the factory, go down the slide, the sorbet I got let me know all the different superpowers everyone had during the scavenger hunt so I could hide or stall people, but it didn't make my speed or anything different, just allowed me to see the other superpowers at play. Anyway, the only goal of the hunt was to get to the top of the staircase first. So as I'm going up the stairs, there are hammocks with people in them but they also have doors to make it less obvious someone is in there. I remember it being like this one spell in D&D, I was playing D&D around the time. So by the end I make it past everyone, I'm technically the first person done, but get this, once I reach the top of the staircase and cross the finish line it looks identical to the starting line downstairs. The only difference is that instead of start it says finish. So either I went up the stairs and somehow found a carbon copy of the first floor, or it was like a trippy staircase that like has you end up in the same place you started. Sorry that was long and a lot of detail, but I've always wondered what it meant. Part of me thought the white and color part was anxiety and the deeper darker colors of the staircase were depression and they're trying to find a happy medium, but I also think it could be way more specific than that. Anyway, hopefully you can explain it. Love your videos.
Okay, first of all, I think it is so cool that you have like such vivid dreams like this. Like, can I steal it from you? I want that. I want that so bad. It's not uncommon though for dreams to have elements of synesthesia, and it can be interpreted in different ways. But I did write down a couple of things that I noticed from your dream and kind of what I think they mean. So let me know if I'm close. The factory with the white and the colorful elements. The contrast between the very sterile white factory and these colorful tubes of sorbet could represent a dichotomy in your life. Okay, so your life with routine and mundane aspects, the factory, and more vibrant and creative parts of your life, so sorbet. It could just symbolize that there's like a desire for balance between these like structure and the spontaneity. The scavenger hunt, the fact that there was a scavenger hunt and that was like the main focus of the dream means that in your real life you're searching for something, whether that be some sort of goal, a purpose, a person. If it's in your life, if it's in your dream, it's in your life. If it's in your life, it's in your dream. I don't know why I said sorry. I could have just continued that. But anyway, the superpowers. Each sorbet having a different superpower, just to me, that sounds like it's representing the different strengths and abilities that you see within yourself, in your life, in your dream, in your life. So it's just a reminder to like use the strengths that you have in achieving these goals that you're searching for. And then the staircase, the winding staircase with hidden hammocks, could represent just the twists and turns that you go along this journey. But the fact that your finish line looked the same as your starting line is just a reminder that like, hey, it's not about the end goal, okay? The most important part is the journey. It's not about winning or losing. It's about the experiences you have along the way. I sound like a motivation book, but that's really like what I think it is. Okay, so those are just a couple possibilities, but I like how vivid that was.
At Jessica Franklin 2024. I'm gonna copy and paste this multiple times so that there's a higher chance of you seeing it. Awesome video. Okay, so I had this dream a lot as a kid. It starts with me in my real life basement, which is full of lots of my things. I'm not sure why I was down, but I was. It's nighttime, so I see headlights in front of the house. Stupidly I walk outside, even though I'm afraid of nighttime, and see two men get out of a truck. They start to run towards the door, so I run inside and lock it. As I'm running to the stairs I hear the door break open. As I make my way up the stairs I feel a huge weight on my body and I can't move anymore. I open the door before it's too late and I see my whole family as zombies trying to kill me. And that's when the dream ends. Please tell me what it means, cause this dream consistently traumatized me when I was little.
Okay, dreams about being chased and attacked are so common. It's just related to the feeling of vulnerability in your like real life. So in your dream, if you're being pursued by like unknown people, they're trying to enter your home and eventually you encounter your family who are zombies. I've definitely experienced that before too, not in real life, in dreams, who are threatening you. I'm interpreting this as you have a fear of an invasion, an intrusion, whether that be like physical or emotional. The fear kind of sounds, like I just said, like vulnerability. There's a lack of control in a certain area of your life, and that's coming out in your dream. The zombies usually represent a sense of loss or disconnection from your family or loved ones because they specifically were the zombies. It may also symbolize that they're close to you and somehow dead. So like no longer supportive. My dogs are barking. I'm so sorry if you can hear that. They're going to do that for a second. We're just going to let them do that. No God! No God! Okay, it's also possible that these are just like childhood anxieties and traumas, because you mentioned that this is like something that like happened frequently during your youth. It could just be that like coming out.
My parents were always wondering what was I dreaming about as a little 3-5-year-old kid, since I always woke up crying and not being able to explain what happened. But recently I remembered all those dreams. It was a recurring dream where I was always somewhere in our house. I could see my parents as if disappointed and sad. During the dream I felt like there was a lot of pressure on me and as if I was slowed down. It's hard to explain, but it felt like everything around me was somewhat normal while I was as if in slow motion. I couldn't stop crying and sobbing quietly while walking very slowly. During all that I felt a really weird feeling I can't explain, but recently that feeling has been coming back to my normal life and I have no idea why. Just wanted to put it out there, since everyone I know doesn't give sh*t. Sorry for the grammar, but English isn't my first language and I'm not that old.
Okay, so based on your description, to me it sounds like this reoccurring dream is a reflection of a lot of like inner turmoil and emotional distress that you're going through in like your real life. The fact that you felt pressure and like slowed down while everything else in your dream was normal could be a representation that you feel stuck and weighed down by something happening in your life, and the presence of your disappointed and sad parents kind of sounds like you don't feel like you're living up to their expectations, which is normal. But the fact that it's a reoccurring theme of crying and sobbing like quietly indicates that you have these pent up emotions and you need to like express yourself more openly. The fact that it's strange for you to experience this in dream in your waking life, what am I trying to say? It's a strange feeling to experience this in your waking life and have it show up in your dreams, which is why I feel like it is pent up. I think it'd be helpful to just try and explore your emotions a little bit. Just go journal for 20 minutes, see what you come up with, and if I'm not close, I'm sorry, but I think I am. I think we're good. I don't even, like, I'm trying to interpret these. I hope that I'm accurate. If you're in the video, please let me know, because, like, again, I don't know you guys, but I don't know. I feel like I'm reading your mind a little bit. It's kind of crazy, but if you would like me to tell you about your dream, all you gotta do is go to the Get Horizontal page over on TikTok, make a video, tag me in it, you'll be in the next video. Or if you just want like a chance, not a for sure thing, let me know about your dreams in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. If you did, be sure to drop a like. If you're new, subscribe. We're almost to 5 million. Is that? No, we just knocked on the door. I love you all. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.